Welcome back to Otaku Dai-kun. Dai here, and it's time for some more anime recommendations. As a brief reminder, the anime here are being recommended rather than reviewed because they're either still airing or require more episodes to tell the whole story. I've also decided to include anime movies because I feel they'd be a tad spoiled by my typical review process. Just because I don't plan on reviewing these anime doesn't mean at all that you shouldn't check them out. So let's begin. Are you a fan of Battle Royale or the Hunger Games? If so, this anime might be right down your alley. In it, a young man named Ryota is a pro at playing an online game called Btooom. The game involves combat via explosives. He, along with many other victims, is kidnapped and forced to play the game in real life, with actual bombs, on a deserted island. He's thrust into a death game and can only find solace in his own determination, as well as the companionship of Amelia, a high school girl who he knew from inside the game. It's corny to say, but this anime really is explosive in personality, being bold and intense with all of its characters and narrative developments. This one's been robbed of a review because, sadly, it ends on a cliffhanger, with its manga still ongoing. We may never see an animated conclusion to this one, but the early ride is still worth a watch. Check it out on the Anime Network, Crunchyroll, Hulu, or on DVD and Blu-ray from Sentai Filmworks. When I heard my favorite studio, Ufotable, was working on an anime adaptation of the badass God Eater video game, I was overjoyed. Turns out they made the intro to God Eater too, and the series maintains the same visual style. Unfortunately, this anime was plagued with production and financial issues, and went on hiatus as a result. While we got a full season, it just barely scratches the surface of the game's plot, and leaves us with more questions than answers. It's also not nearly as polished as other works from this studio. But if you want to check out a sexy, graphic, and intense anime with humans fighting against violent beasts using heavy swords and guns, you've got a lot to love about this one. Humanity finds themselves under attack from a wide variety of mutant creatures referred to as Aragami. The survivors of these attacks wind up sheltered in various fortified bases, where they deploy warriors called God Eaters to protect their homes from Aragami invasion. Conventional weapons can't kill Aragami. They each have cores that need to be devoured, which is why the weapons God Eaters use, God Arcs, are made with Aragami cells, allowing them to consume the cores of fallen enemies. Enter Lenka Utsugi, a new God Eater recruit, with a special ability to control a God Arc that switches between gun and blade. If you're a fan of the game, this anime has a unique approach to the story, and develops some well-needed exposition for the franchise. Watch it on Crunchyroll, Hulu, Daisuki, or on Blu-ray from Aniplex. Ever wonder what it'd be like to see a demon king work in fast food and scrape by to eat and pay rent? Probably not, but it's a lot of fun to watch. In this anime, we have Ente Isla, a separate dimension filled with many fantasy elements. There, the demon king, Sadao Mao, and his army fight against heroes of light, led by Amelia Justania, for the fate of their world. Amidst their battle, Sadao and his loyal general Alciel find themselves in a portal that warps them to the human world, and Amelia follows them along. The three of them wind up stuck in our reality, with limited access to their powers. Without much option, they all take up working to survive. Sadao, in particular, begins climbing the ladder at McDonald's. The whole thing is great fun, but alas ends with a bit of a status quo, and begs more content. Watch this anime on Hulu and Funimation. It's also available on Blu-ray. Unlike their slight blunder with God Eater, Ufotable rises up as the dominant studio for gorgeous anime, to bring us a comprehensive animated adaptation of the Tales of Zestiria video game, and it manages to make the otherwise simplistic narrative of the original game have a lot more weight. Furthermore, it has a few episodes tossed in featuring Tales of Berseria, the series prequel that just came out in Japan, soon to come to the US in 2017. In general, though, it tells the story of a world plagued with malevolence, and its only hope is to be purified and restored by a hero known as the Shepherd. Our hero, Saray, is special in that he's a human who grew up in a village of seraphim, spiritual beings watching over the world, meaning that he can see and interact with seraphim when normal humans no longer can. He ventures out of his domain and starts exploring the world and its mysteries. Again, lots to love. It's not done yet, though, so you'll have to wait for the second season that's already been confirmed. Until then, you can only legally stream it on Daisuki and the Funimation channel. It does have a simuldub, so that's a plus. Definitely watch this one regardless of whether you've played the game. From the genius creator behind Time of Eve, we have a wonderful movie about two different human communities with inverted gravity. Some people fall to the Earth's surface, while others fall into the sky. We've got Patema, a charismatic girl who lives with her people underground before adventuring out and nearly falling into the sky herself. She's saved by Eiji, a schoolboy living on the surface. The two, despite their different homes and the direction of their gravity, build a mutual understanding of each other, and they work to unite their communities. Together, they have to stop an evil plot to snuff out all the inverts hiding underground, a plan to wipe them off the map as sinful, fallen humans. It's equal parts fascinating, inquisitive, and lovely. Go stream this on Hulu or purchase it on Blu-ray from Amazon or Rightstuf. Kimi no Nawa, translated as Your Name, is an anime movie that recently started screening in Japanese theaters and has already climbed to the #1 spot on MyAnimeList's ranking system. It's a masterpiece a la Makoto Shinkai that presents us with a bit of a body-swapping premise. Now, while that sounds cliché, the way it's executed is wildly original and exciting. Our leads, Taki and Mitsuha, despite living in completely different places, occasionally dream and swap each other's bodies. They wind up learning about each other very intimately, and the bond they develop grows ever stronger. Artistically, it's phenomenal. Narratively, it's tight and well constructed. Sadly, this is still a very new film, and legal streaming options are, for the moment, completely unattainable. Funimation holds the rights to the film in the West, but they only show it in small screenings at conventions. If you wind up watching the leaked version on the internet, then be sure to support the official release when it becomes available. It's an absolute must-watch. So there you have it. 6 different anime that you might not have seen. All of them are totally worth watching, so if you're interested, go check them out and let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed this video and wish to see more, subscribe to Otaku Dai-kun for anime lists, reviews, discussions, recommendations, and let's plays. Until the next video, celebrate your fandom.